Hello once again, dear students. This is a Rainbow class as usual. So we are back. I hope you are good, you are okay. Hope you are enjoying your holidays. But as you know, learning never ends. So the reason why even in the holidays we are bringing to you lessons. Whether you are at home, you can even keep learning. So today, would like to introduce to you the other important novel, a very famous novel. It's called The Animal Farm. Now you can see here on our screen, Animal Farm. So here it is a farm now. You can observe the image. You can see we have different animals here. We have pigs. Okay. Yes, you can see. We have hens. So you can check. There are so many animals here. So the novel is called Animal Farm, as you can see. But as we are going to see, the novel is not meaning the animals, but instead the animals represent the real life people in our society. So let's go after observing the image where the reason why it is called Animal Farm. You can find it is a farm. We have so many animals. So we're going to see the author, okay? Who is the author and his short life, biography. Read about his biography before we go to the chapter 1 of this novel. I hope you are enjoying. I hope you are following well. So this is a very interesting lesson of today. Very good. So you can see now, Animal Farm was written by the famous man called George Orwell. George Orwell. Dear student, George Orwell, as you can see, George Orwell was born in 1903, and he was born in India, and his full name is Eric Arthur Bray. So this man, Eric Arthur Bray, was considered by many to be one of the most influential writers in the world. Okay, most of writers of 20th century was one of them, very greatest one of the 20th century writers among them. Okay, also the man was known about his writings. Okay, about his career of writing. He focused on satires, okay, satires and sensitive political commentaries. So you can see the man was based on even politics. There is much about politics. Yes. Okay, good. So the Bray family was not particularly well off, was not rich too much, was not necessarily rich, but he was just in the lower upper middle class. Okay, was there between, and at the age of 1, or his mother moved from India to England. So, dear students, you can see that the man was born in India but grew in England. Okay, he lived there. Yes, and all his schooling was in England. Okay, where he attended a private preparatory school. Okay, at the age of 8, and also continued his education later at the Wellington and Eton, two of the most known schools of England. Okay, he attended the very known school of England, and after neglecting to win a university scholarship, their student, after not winning a university scholarship, the man thought what to do. Okay, let me scroll and see what he thought to do after not winning a university scholarship. So what he did after getting the poor marks, the man joined the Indian Imperial Police. He joined the police, okay, of India. So he worked there, and after years of training and service, so then George Orwell left the career for being a policeman, and he thought about his career of writing. After leaving the police service, then he thought about how he can start writing. And the man wrote his first novel. It was in 1934. So when he started writing his first novel. And then, dear student, the man, because he got experience in police services, so you can see he worked with imperialists, and then in order to improve his writings and compassions for his subject, Orwell decided to live the life of the life of the hopeless and the downtrodden. It means a very simple life of the people with no hope, okay, and those who are wandering in the streets. Also, he worked at many jobs and struggled in Paris. When I say many jobs, he worked in the restaurant, in different restaurants in Paris, France. And then the man, and then from Paris also to London, living among the poor. So then the man, he wrote another book. Another book was called Down and Out in Paris and London. So in this book, he described his journey or his life of work from Paris, okay, from Paris to London, okay, that journey. It was in 1933, okay, and then the book was not accepted by many publishers. They rejected his book, but later on, he got his book published. So let me be in dear student about his life and his biography. And also the man did not want to have the name of Eric Breyer attached to his novel. He said, no, you cannot write my name, full name Eric Breyer at my novel. So he wanted to take a new person at heart of the fiction, and he took a new name, and his new name meant a revolutionist. Okay, he wanted to change his name, even his mind about what he was thinking. So you can see now he changed his name, new person at heart of his fictional and anticipation revolutionist. So he decided on the pen name, okay? Pen name, his pen name, George Orwell. And you remember the man was called Eric Arthur Breyer. But now his pen name, his name that he wanted to be written on his books, in his fictional book, is George Orwell. So the name George Orwell mean a lot for him. Orwell continued to write and publish so many books. You can see A Clergyman's Daughter in 1935. Okay, there are so many works here the man had. Also, he wrote about documentaries, so many documentaries. Okay, talking about the poor miners in England. Also became a socialist and traveled to Spain to report on their civil war. So you can see the man was he was a political writer, because he always thinking about how to improve the release of the poor people and how they can change, even in the politics. Okay, you can see here he writes about the poor miners in England, and also become socialist, where he traveled to Spain and to influence the civil wars. So he thought about it with United Workers. Also, he joined the thought of Karl Marx, and also we normally know, dear students, that Karl Marx was a communist and a socialist man in his mind. Okay, even what he wrote also was about how we can share how we can share what we have together. So, dear student, the man he began writing one of his most famous novel and controversial works. The Animal Farm, dear student, is the most famous and controversial works. Why we call the famous and controversial? Because the novel, it is a political novel. And then it is not accepted by so many, because it is full of satire and criticism of readership system. Okay, and the Animal Farm, it was with this anti-Stalinist allegory that Orwell was finally able to live comfortably. So now the novel is called the allegory, and allegory is one of the type of technique and literary device that used in writing. And allegory is the writing that uses animals, animals to teach the real life people in the society. So you can see it is similar with the parable. Okay, it's like a parable, and also allegory. Specifically, it uses animals to represent real life people in the society. So this Animal Farm, this famous novel, was against Stalinist, and Stalin was one of the most leader in Russia. Okay, so now, and you can see now the book was written in 1944. In 1944, near the end of Second World War. So you can see now, well, I'm in a hurry. So George Orwell died with tuberculosis, which gave for him a gloomy account of, yes, depression. Okay, depression, and died. And after living out of hospitals for several years or several times, George Orwell finally he died. Okay, in 1950. In 1950, so when he died, and we can see that he died with 46 years old. So you can see he died young. So dear student, this is briefly a life of George Orwell, and it's about Animal Farm. So now here, dear student, let me introduce to you the background so that you can better understand why novel Animal Farm was written, and what was the background behind, what was the truth behind. So as you can see, dear student, Animal Farm, yes, it is a complex, okay, but yet a simple story. You know, it is simple in that outwardly, but the story is uncomplicated, just a bunch of animals trying to establish a farm on their own. It is simple because we see that the animals put together so as to establish a farm on their own. Okay, but the meaning of this novel is so complicated, so complex, but the plot is not complicated. So it is more complex, however, as its lesson and meaning, as I come to say that what is complicated, what is complex is its meaning. So the lessons that we learn after reading this novel, and its meaning, so it is complex. Why it is complex? Yes, we see animals there trying themselves to establish a farm on their own, but really the meaning of this tale, the deeper meaning of this tale, of this novel introduces to us what you call manipulation. They are like theme of manipulation, corruption, and abuse of power. So the novel generally deals with manipulation, okay, corruption, and abuse of power. Dear student, when you read carefully this novel, you will find that there is a lot of manipulations. You can find corruption there and abuse of power. So we will see little by little. This story also, is a form of literature. It is written in a form of literature that is called allegory, as I told you before. And allegory, as its meaning, animals represents real life and real situations. So means when you want to write this a form of literature, you can remember that allegory is a form of literature that uses animals, okay, animals to represent real life, people, and real life situation. Okay? Hope we are together, dear student. Good. An allegory is a story with two meanings. when you have allegory, like Animal Farm as an example, dear student, you will remind about two meanings. One should be literal meaning, and the other one should be symbolic meaning. Okay? When we say literal meaning, we mean the meaning as we read without analysis. But when we analyze, you can find that also the allegory should have symbolic meaning. For Animal Farm, yes, one part tells the story of the animals on the farm. One reveals also the tyrannic regime of communist leaders in the early 20th centuries. So you can see we should have two parts or two meanings. One meaning says, the story of animals on the farm. Also, the other part is just what the allegory symbolizes. It means it symbolizes the tyrannic regime of communist leaders in the early 20th century. Yes, in this tyranny regime, you can find there what we call oppression. You can find manipulation, as I've said. You can also find ignorant or undereducated. Some animals are not educated, are ignorant. Dear student, also Animal Farm can also be considered as a fable, since it teaches a lesson. Yes, we have a lesson in Animal Farm. It could be a fable, as I said. Also, it could be a parable. Yes, because of the lesson we get from that novel. The fable is a short tale conveying a moral or message, of course. Yes, the earliest fables written date back to 6th century Greece used animals to represent human types, human vices, human characters, human behavior, like that. So let us be in a hurry, dear student. Let's see what Animal Farm teaches us. Dear student, Animal Farm teaches us so many lessons. Number one, you can see there on our screen. Teaches us lessons about the abuse of power. Also teaches us a lesson about the danger of propaganda. Also teaches us the value of education and the active involvement, but in a tone of sarcasm and irony. We have all those lessons we get from the Animal Farm. We learned through sarcasm and irony. The author uses sarcasm and irony so as to portray so many lessons we have to learn from this novel. Also, dear student, this novel, yes, it is allegory, but the way it is just written, also it is a satire. There is sarcasm, there is irony, also there is a satire. Why satire, dear student? It is a satire simply because it criticizes human behavior, especially social and political system, through ridicule, irony, sarcasm, exaggeration, and exaggeration. It is a satire. It is a satirical novel. It is a satirical novel, dear student, simply because it criticizes human behavior, especially social and political systems. In that satire we have, the reality is the opposite of what it seems to be. When it appears as if the narrator is praising the pigs for their work, yes, the works are very intelligent, the works are the wise, they work hard, okay? But really the meaning should be saying that you have to be carefree, okay? It should be a warning. For example, in chapter 2, but the pigs were so, can you see, dear student? The pigs were so clever, okay, that they could think of a way around every difficulty. Now, the narrator is praising pigs, that they are very clever, okay? They can think, okay, everything that is around. Even that thing should be difficult a lot, but the pigs are there to, so clever to think about that, how they can resolve that problem. The reader of this satirical work must be carefree to pay attention to hints and clue of reality of the situation beyond, situation beyond the facet of a seemingly innocent story. There are many types of government. So of course on the world, we have so many types of government, dear student, in the world. So we have different government systems. You know them, okay, from other lessons. In the history, you can learn about government systems, okay, whereby we could have freedom for the citizens. In the animal farm can be concerned of attack of injustice. So the novel now should mean to attack. The novel is attacking now injustice of communism, yes, injustice of communism, socialism, and totalitarianism. Okay? Yes. Even though they are three, but they have a difference. There are difference in the way they operate. Okay? So when we are in a hurry, let me scroll to see those different government systems. They vary. Yes, they vary. We can see capitalism. Dear students, it's not the first time to see this word capitalism. Okay? You can see that capitalism, it is an economic system in which private citizens own land, property, and businesses, characterized by a free competitive market motivated by profit. So this is different from socialism. Okay? Different from socialism and communism. Because here, for capitalism, this is profit. Only profit, not common profit. Communism, dear student, also this is a type of government in which a single party holds power and the government controls the economy. Classes are abolished and the property is commonly controlled by the whole. So it means here now for communism, they share what they have equally. And so we have a Tsarist government. It is called also Tsarism or Tsarist autocracy, which is a system of government in which a Tsar has absolute power and authority, including over even religious issues. We have also the democracy. You know what's democracy? Okay. Head of state is not a monarchy, and the citizens elect their representatives. Okay. Also the same as a republic. The same as a republic, dear student. Socialism also. The same with communism. Yes, ownership, in which production, the distribution are controlled by majority and citizens. They work together, eat together, and do everything together, dear student. Totalitarianism is a government system in which a single party rules without opposition. Here there is no opposition. Okay, it means the boss has the absolute powers and should have no opposition. Why there is no opposition? Simply because when you oppose, you have to pay for it. So now let's come back. We come to see generally the types of governmental systems, but let me come to the really animal farm. It's animal farm. So animal farm, as we come to that, it is an allegory. Now this allegory is about Russian Revolution. Dear student, I hope you have studied the history. When you study history, you have heard about Russian Revolution. This Russian Revolution happened in 1917, okay, in which Russian Tsar Nicholas II, okay, was the leader, 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 okay, and established. So after Tsar, now communist regime came in, and then this novel of George Orwell is talking about that Russian Revolution. Okay. The reason why we say that the animals that we find in this novel, Animal Farm, represent the real people in our society, represent real people in Russian society, in Russian government in that time. So dear student, here, before we go to the chapter 1, here we have activities. And I hope from the introduction to the author of the book up to the background, why the novel was written, okay, and what was the background behind the novel, and after looking also at the types of governmental systems in the world, here is activities. The activity we have here, dear students, is just to go and make a research, okay? Whether you visit a library or you go to the internet, okay? It's up to you where you go and search. What are you going to search for? You're going to research the countries that have different governmental systems. And what you should know is that some countries may have the same governmental system, okay, and also it can have more than one category. A country should have more than one category of the government systems, okay, and sometimes we have economic systems. For example, United States, okay? it should be qualified as a public. You can see, okay, as a public, a republic. Yes, a republic also governed by democracy, republic, democracy, and also generally based on capitalism. So you can see they have so many categories about the economy, political, and whatever. In economy, they are capitalism, okay? And in politics, they are democratic country, and also a republic, and they have a president. So go and make a search for the other countries. Yes, and then you will come with your findings. Yes. So this was the introduction, dear student, about animal farm. I hope now we're going to read chapter 1, but having in mind what we come to see, okay, and what we come to see, will come to give us some information, background, okay, and what this allegory, animal farm, teaches us and talks about. And we can see that an allegory can have two meanings, one literal meaning and one symbolic meaning. So dear students, here now we're going to see a summary of chapter 1. And after summary, we will have some practices so that to make us deeper understanding of the novel. So now this is a summary of chapter 1. Okay, summary of chapter 1. Dear students, in this chapter 1, we are introduced to a farm. Even though the novel is called the animal farm, but before it becomes animal farm, what was the name of that farm? Okay? So before it becomes animal farm, the farm was called the man of farm. So why man of farm and animal farm? How this came to be to change the name? Okay? So when you analyze the word, you can see that the man of farm, there is the word man, okay? But in the word man, we can find the word man. So we say that before it becomes animal farm, it was a man farm. Man of farm means a farm that owned by a man. Okay, now we're going to see how the name changed. Dear students, here we see the man called Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was the owner of the manor farm. Okay? Mr. Jones had a farm, and the farm was called the manor farm. So now what happened to me then? Okay? Now we see here that after a drunkard, Mr. Jones was a drunk man, okay? Was drunk man, and then after he was drunk, okay, after he get drunk, Mr. Jones goes to bed. It means Mr. Jones went out for drinking, okay? Now, because he was drinking too much, so he became drunk. After becoming drunk now, the man came and immediately went to bed. Okay? Now you can see, if the man is drunkard, now it is not easier to take care of all animals. So there is only one. the animals gather to hear from old major. Old major also is an animal among the animals of the farm, the man of farm. But this animal was oldest animals in the whole farm, and it was the very one, the clever animal in the farm. So now, the man had important dreams last night, and then he get a chance to call all animals so as they can hear from him, and they can hear his dreams. So now, after looking at the Mr. Jones was too drunkard, and then he was busy, and he was going to bed area, and he has forgotten to take care of animals, to close the hole and the pot and whatever. Now animals got a chance for gathering to hear the old major's dreams. So dear students, what was the dreams about? So as to call the old animals to come and they gather together and the same area so as to hear from him. There as it go. So the old animals congregated, and then among them, their list of animals that were there in the meeting. We call the meeting, and the animals, they met in a big bar outside, and they then started listening to the old major's dreams. So, what are the animals attended the meeting? Here we have a list. We have the dogs, Bluebear, Jessie, Pinscher, the cat horse, Boxer, the Clover, Maury, the white goat, Benjamin, the donkey, and the Maury, and the white mare. All the major proceeds to tell the animals about the nature of their needs. Okay? Now, after gathering, the major started telling them, please, I had a dream last night. So I wish to tell you my dreams. Okay? And then started telling them the nature of their lives and how they are worked to death by the evil of human race. Okay? And remember, the dreams was that he was dreaming one day that the man of farm will become animal farm. His dreams was that the man of farm will become animal farm. What this means? This means that one day, okay, the animals will rule themselves. Okay, we organize themselves and rule themselves. Okay, and they work themselves for themselves. What this means, dear student, means that one day they will overthrow Mr. Jones and take the farm over. What was their dream? What was his dreams? But then after telling them his dreams, he said, please, let's go in a history. How do you see the lives you have here in the man of farm? Okay? How do you see this life? You see, we work hard until to death. And then all of the problems you have, it is because the evil of human race. He also tells them that man is only the creature. Say please, a man is only the enemy we have in this farm. You know why? Because only the man is only a creature that consumes without producing. He eats only without working, without producing. But animals work hard. Okay? Finally, they can just learn how hungry. And then he added that the animals are slaves. Okay? The animals are slaves to every human. Okay? And then he finally mentions evolution and rebellion. Please, he told them, please, what is next? What is next, please? Will you accept continue living this life? So please, whether you die or not, soon or later, you have to think about this. Okay? And then, so he was warning the animals about the vices, okay? The vices of humans, warning the animals so as to overthrow a man if they want to be free. So then, after this, all the matter, the pig warns them as they are in struggle for freedom. They have not to be like a human. They have to be carefree. They have not to have the such behavior of human being. What the major warns them are the following: the vices, the bad behavior that all the major warns them, as long as they are struggling for their freedom, for their freedom. Number one, he told them not to live in a house. He said to them, please never live in a house. Number two, never sleep in a bed. Okay? Number three, do not wear clothes. Do not put clothes. Okay? And then also do not drink alcohol. Never smoke. Never touch tobacco. Never touch money. Never engage in trade. Okay? Never tyrannize over their own kind. These are vices, are bad behaviors that all the major warns all animals as long as they are struggling for their freedom. So you can see all the human vices. Okay? Are human vices. And each behavior here has a moral lesson to teach. Maybe later we shall have what a moral lesson is that all this teaches us. Namely, be in hurry. And then he told them that all animals are equal. He reminded them that all animals are equal. Okay? Yes, and he eventually tells the animals about his dream. Okay, and he dreamed that one day man had vanished from the earth. Okay, and then he remembered a song he used it to sing when he was a child. And his mother taught him a song, and the last night the song came in his mind. And finally, he also teaches the song to all animals. That song was called The Beast of England. And the song, now the all animals sings the best it can. Okay? And the song was good. It has a good tune. And then, because of there was a shout, it was a good. Every animal sang, So there was a noise made Mr. Jones to wake up. Okay? And then Mr. Jones interrupted them by just having a gun in the shot in the air. Then the all animals, they ran from there. Yes, from where they belonged to. So now the meeting was over. Okay? The meeting was over. But I want to remind you what the big problems that animals had during the Mr. Jones' leadership. Okay? Number one was that all animals were hungry. Okay? All animals were hungry. For sure, all animals were hungry. And also, the all animals worked until they died. And also, they produced but only a man should just consume all the production. But really, the animals ran hungry. So this is about chapter 1, dear student. So you can see why really animals should react to the manager's dream. You see what the problems that all animals had during the Mr. Jones' leadership. So now, after this dream, what do you think will happen? Okay, dear students, so we are on the part of practical exercises to make sure really that you have understood our novel Animal Farm, chapter 1. So welcome for the practical exercises. So these practical exercises, after you read, after you have read and take notes, so answer the following questions for chapter 1 on a separate piece of the paper. So I hope we go together. You have a piece of paper, okay? You have a pen, then you are going together. The first question for understanding: who owns the man of farm? What does he forget? Who owns man of farm? What does he forget? So think about that. Who? It means a man, a person. Okay? What does he forget? Okay? So now, dear students, after thinking about that question, so the answer is here. The answer is here. Mr. Jones is the one who owns the man of farm. So he forget to shut the pop holes and feed the animals. Okay? This is the answer. Mr. Jones is the one who owns the man of farm. Then he forgets. Okay? He forgets to shut the pop holes and feed the man of farm, the animals. So we are in a hurry, dear students. Question number 2. Question number 2. Who is Old Major and how old is he? What was his show name? Okay. So who is Old Major? So Old Major, as we have seen, is a pig, the oldest pig. Okay. We see that the Old Major, he is a majestic looking pig with a wise and benevolent appearance. Okay. Then Old Major was 12 years old. His show name is the prize middle white bull. Okay. So now the Old Major is a majestic looking pig with a wise and benevolent appearance. Old Major was 12 years old. His show name is the prize middle white bull. Number 3, dear student. Number 3. We are on number 3. Number 3 says, dear student, why are the animals directed to meet? What was the purpose of meeting? So the animals was to meet because, okay, the answer is there. The major had a stranger dream last night, and he wanted to communicate to the animal, to other animals. So that's the reason why the animals directly had to meet in a big bar. Number 4 says, what term does old major use to address the animals? What does this term mean? So whenever old major called for animals, he used the word that shows the friendship. This word is used the term called comrades. And the comrades means unifying the fact to animals. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5 says, according to old major, what is the nature of the life of the farm animals? Okay, according to the major, what is the nature of the life of the farm animals? Explain. So now, the major told the animals that the nature of the life of the animals are the miserable. Number 1, are the miserable. Number 2, are rebellious, and then short. So it means we have 3 life of animals in the farm. Number 1, the animals are miserable, rebellious, and short. Their life was miserable, rebellious, and short. So what does this mean? It means animals are hungry. They work hard even until the last breath, but finally they are slaughtered, and no animals that is free. So where is number 6? Where is the farm located? So we have seen that the farm is located in England. The farm is located in England. Number 7, according to the old major, who is the enemy and why? It means who is the enemy of animals and why? So the answer is simple. We have seen that a man is real enemy of the animals simply because a man consumes without producing. Okay, you can see, dear student. Number 8 says, what is the one fate that no animal will escape according to all the major? What is the fate? Fate means bad luck. Okay, problem. It means, according to all the major, no animal will escape a cruel knife. It means all animals are slaughtered. When they get too old, they are slaughtered and killed. Okay. Okay. What human vices does all the major warns against animals? So we have seen them, the list of them. No animal shall sleep in a bed, live in a house. No animal shall wear clothes. No animal shall touch money. No animal shall engage in a trade. No animal shall drink alcohol. There are so many human vices that all the major warns against the animals. So what political idea in Russia history does all the major represent? So all the major as the pig, as we have seen that the allegory, this novel, the animals represent real people in the society. So all the major in real life represent the man called Karl Marx. Judging from description, description is always gives of the animals. Who do you think are the smarter animal and the dumber animal? Okay? Please, when we say the smart is animal that is clever, very good in behavior. Okay? And the dumb animal, it means there's someone, that one who is stupid and bad behavior. So you can think about which animal is smarter and the one is dumb. Okay? So the smart animal is the snowball, as you can see there. The answer is that the smart animal is the snowball, which is innovative, quick speaker, and the organizer. But the dumb animal is the boxer, later word, somewhat stupid, but working hard. Predict, dear student. Now think about, after after all the major told all animals his dream. So what do you think will come next in chapter 2? What is your suggestions? What do you guess? What do you predict that will come next? Okay? So now, for sure, in chapter 2, there is a preparation of rebellion. There is a preparation of revolution. As the song, the Beast of England, inspired all animals to sing, and that Beast of England, as a song, unified all animals. They sing in a very good tune, okay, so as to mean that they are equal. So the next chapter will be the preparation of rebellion. So, dear students, this was the understanding question. Down in there we have the other question relating to the Beast of England. That song. Allow me to be in a hurry also to see what this song, the song of Beast of England, what this means, okay? And this Beast of England, this is a song that old Major learned when he was a little child, okay? Inspired him as a child, and he sings in chapter 1. It begins to inspire and motivate the other animals. So the role of this song is just to inspire, to motivate the other animals. Okay? So you can read the songs there. Okay? The songs there. Beast of England, Beast of Ireland, Beast of every land and crime. Hearken to my joyful tidings. It is just a beautiful song, okay? You can see it is a beautiful song. It is a beautiful song. But the role of this song is just to motivate and to inspire all animals so as they are equal and they have to fight against the human race. Okay? So maybe we'll have a time to come back to this song, dear student, because it have a very deep analysis. And we'll have also the combination of the chapter 2, where we see how they have organized the revolution against human being. I mean, Mr. Jones. Thank you very much. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson, and keep in touch and keep tuned on the Rainbow class, and keep on just revising as you're in holidays. Don't sleep, but revise on Rainbow class as usual. So thank you very much. We love you and we care for you, and we want you that you can perform better at school. This is why we bring you this lesson, this Rainbow class. Thank you. See you next time.